Welcome to this week's Driving Instructors Association news. I'm your host, DIA CEO Carly. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because this week's bulletin is off to a fast start. We begin with an ambitious British engineering project that could help showcase the future of hydrogen-powered transport. JCB is preparing to attempt a new hydrogen-powered land speed record with its Hydromax Streamliner, targeting speeds of more than 350 miles per hour on the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. The 32-foot vehicle is powered by two hydrogen-fueled internal combustion engines, producing a combined 1,600 horsepower, and will be driven by RAF Wing Commander Andy Green, the current world land speed record holder. I recently joined Britain's newsroom on GB News to discuss the project and what it could mean for the future of transport.
Well, one person who knows everything about all things driving is motoring enthusiast Carly Brookfield. Carly, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Britain's newsroom. What's your view of this attempt at the land speed record?
I think it's amazing. As we were just saying there, great British entrepreneurial brand, particularly in the manufacturing space. Doing this is amazing for GB PLC and more hydrogen power to their elbow, I say.
And would you, Carly, you've probably, what's the fastest you've ever driven?
On a motor circuit in excess of about 160, 180. But I kind of feel like driving in that, I would feel like I'm driving with my partner every day, because that's just as hair-raising with his driving. In fact, I'd feel safer because that's a trained driver.
Yeah, but how would you feel about this land speed going, what is it, up to Mira sister, what is
the ultimate land speed record is about 750 miles an hour, but that was a jet-propelled car, so essentially using an aeronautical engine on a car.
But could you imagine being behind the wheel of a vehicle doing that speed?
Terrifying.
Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't. That's why you rely on these highly skilled, highly trained drivers. I believe the test pilot for this one is an ex-RAF pilot, so probably has experience in the sky as well as on land. And that's what it takes, going back to the days of Malcolm Campbell and Bluebird, again,
yes.
Other British, spirit behind those innovations. It's that risk-taking combined with the expertise and the training that goes into this.
And there is a side to this that is not just about competitiveness and marketing the brand, which is there could be a potential still for hydrogen cars to be ordinary, everyday vehicles, incredibly clean fuel, but big problems with storing it, keeping the engines safe. Do you think attempts like this can help push the technology forward so that perhaps one day we'll all be driving hydrogen cars?
Yeah, I do think that they can create awareness, which can generate extra investment into safer versions of. Obviously, hydrogen cars are really exciting because they manufacture their own electricity and their output is clean. However, there's a problem with infrastructure. As you say, there's a slight risk issue. We're not producing enough road-based cars in the UK. We don't really have as many projects as, say, Japan and America has on this. But if we can raise awareness via a British brand doing this that's already in the engineering sector, I think this is very exciting.
Yeah, do you think they're going to get the record?
I want to back the UK, but then again, I'm a Eurovision fan, so I always back the UK every year and we fail. So I'm hoping that this won't have the failure rate of our Eurovision entries.
Well, that would be a disaster. But probably maybe the wheels won't turn.
Exactly. So would you, if you were given the opportunity, would you give it a test drive?
I would. I wouldn't want to be the person driving it because I wouldn't have the required level of skill. I wouldn't be so arrogant to think I could handle it. But yeah, I would love to have a go in something like that. I love all things that are of this nature, and I'm fascinated. I'm a bit of a geek for this kind of stuff.
Well, absolutely.
Carly Brookfield, don't blame you. It's fascinating.
Oh, I think it really is.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Now, something a little slower paced. An update on DVSA's progress on driving down test waiting times. This week, the agency has published a new set of statistics designed to provide a clearer picture of how long learner drivers actually wait to take their practical driving test. For the first time, the agency is publishing median waiting times, measuring the time between booking a test and actually taking it. The first figures, covering May 2026, show a national median waiting time of 9.7 weeks. That compares with the existing driving test availability measure of 21.8 weeks. A figure that has often been quoted as the national waiting time. According to the DVSA, the difference reflects the fact that many learners secure earlier appointments through cancellations and newly released test slots. The data shows significant variations across the country. For example, at Darlington, the availability measure was 13 weeks, while the median wait was just 6.7 weeks. However, lengthy waits remain in some areas. Banbury recorded a median waiting time of 24.3 weeks, while Pinner, Birmingham King's Standing, and Sidcup all reported waits of more than 22 weeks. Alongside the new waiting time figures, the DVSA is now publishing additional information, including examiner overtime, appointment availability, booked appointments, and the proportion of tests still available to book. The data will be updated monthly and published nationally, regionally, and by individual test centre. We asked Olivia Baldock-Ward, DIA's head of training and an experienced ADI herself, what she thought of the development in how test data is reported. Olivia says, overall, the outlook is generally positive, but it has some important caveats. It is good because DVSA is finally giving instructors, learners, and the wider industry a clearer picture of what is actually happening. However, it is not all positive. A median wait of 9.7 weeks means half of learners waited longer than that, and in some areas, waits are still extremely high. There is also a risk that the median figure softens perceptions of the backlog, even though many learners still face significant challenges securing suitable tests. DIA welcomes more transparency in reporting test data, but we think there's still a lot this data isn't telling us. For example, this dataset doesn't tell us about all of those pupils who don't even get to the stage of finding and booking a slot in the system. Let us know what you think on this subject, and we will make sure to share your views directly with DVSA and wider government. Our unflinching and unfiltered discussion program, Motormouth This Week, looked at building a better base for rider training. I was joined by rider training experts to debate what could be done to improve motorcycle training, rider skills, and safety. Catch up on the program now on our YouTube channel. Want to make sure you receive the latest news from DIA and our industry. If you're a DIA member, make sure you're fully subscribed to receive regular member updates, Driver Trainer magazine, and can also access the exclusive members area on our website. Not a DIA member? Join the UK's favourite association for driver and rider trainers now and access the full range of member benefits. Or if you simply want to access the industry's most popular news channel, join over 35,000 subscribers and sign up to Driver Trainer online for free now.